Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the weekly Daily GizWiz is provided by the new Winamp for Android, featuring wireless sync and one-click iTunes import. Now with free daily music downloads and full-length CD listening parties. Download it for free at winamp.com/Android. Video bandwidth for the weekly Daily GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the weekly Daily GizWiz with Matt's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1328, recorded Saturday, August 20th, 2011. The weekly Daily GizWiz is brought to you by Netflix. Watch thousands of TV episodes and movies on your PC, Mac, iPad, iPhone, or TV instantly. All streamed directly to you, saving you time, money, and hassle. For your free 30-day trial, go to netflix.com/twit. And now, get ready for Dick. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now for a live performance of the weekly Daily GizWiz rocking theme, Mr. Dan Looters.
The weekly show is on.
Try that one.
Could go wrong. Now it's 6 hours long. The weekly Daily GizWiz. It just rolls off the tongue. The weekly Daily GizWiz.
He's not for a rocker.
The weekly Daily GizWiz. Now 6 hours too long. The weekly Daily GizWiz. But it's just as dumb.
Oh, it's just as dumb. That's Dan Looters, the guy who did the music headbanging in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of our themes.
One note at a time.
He says you can only headbang one note at a time. He does so many of our themes. He does all those Lost Letters themes. He's been such a great contributor. It's between him and Paul Minshaw, and then a little bit of Mark Blasco. We have the best jingles in the world. Hello, Dickie D. How are you
Well, how
today?
you doing?
I am great. You're looking good in Disneyland. I heard Myra Joyce's voice in there.
Yes, Myra is here in the studio.
Either that or it was Edith Bunker. I'm not sure. One or the other. Oh, Dick! You're so beautiful.
There she is.
Oh, Myra,
There
I'm
you
just
go.
teasing you. Wow,
Oh, there she is.
that shot is quite, wow. Dick, I had no idea. This is like the Collier brothers. How do you get out of there?
Oh, wait a minute. What? No, it was very funny. You know, I had two people in from Poland last week, and the guy said, "Oh, I never thought I'd see the gadget warehouse." And I said, "No, the warehouse is just floor-to-ceiling crap." And he said, "Oh, I thought this was the warehouse."
I see the floor, I don't see the ceiling, and there is crap, so...
Yeah.
How you doing, Dick? Hey, Dick, you know, you were here for our, grand opening.
And the parade.
It was so much fun. And now, 1 month later, we're having kind of our party tomorrow night. And I know you were just out here, so you're not going to come back. A lot of our hosts are coming. But you'll be here in spirit. Maybe you could Skype into us or something like that.
Yeah, I was hoping to make a Skype appearance,
That'd be
to make a virtual appearance.
Yeah.
And maybe virtually reach out and grab a piece of cake.
Wait till you see the cake. I don't know what it's going to look like. I just know that it costs $950.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well,
I figure it's either going to be huge or it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky,
Well,
it'll be both.
The bakery to buy a brick,
Yeah,
and you'll only be out $120.
I think it's a cake that serves 200 people, so that's part one. But it also apparently it has on it. It has the cottage. It has the Dick. You've got a son. It has.
Sonny, don't play with the equipment.
It's okay. It's okay. I like it. That's Lisa and her son Michael, who's 8 years old, and he's
Michael.
And you know what's cool about Michael, Dick, and it gives me hope for the younger generation. He's a major Spy versus Spy fan.
Oh, great!
He loves Mad Magazine.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's okay. He can handle the mic. It's not on. Anyway, I was saying this cake is going to have, and the reason I pulled up this shot, it's going to have the gear that's above us.
Yes.
It's going to have the cottage.
You know, wait a minute, didn't you cover the wasn't there an inner gear where the TWiT logo is?
Yeah, you see the TWiT logo right there?
Right. Okay. Wasn't there a gear under the TWiT logo?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay.
that was your imagination, to put it kindly.
Oh, okay. Because when I went out there, I don't remember the TWiT logo being up there already. I remember the big gear.
I think this is how it's looked from day one, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But anyway, that'll be on the cake. The cottage will be on the cake. I think other things, maybe you carrying Miami and the street. I don't know. Something, all of that will be on the cake. So it's a very big, very nice.
Is there a cake annex with the gadget warehouse on it?
That's what we should have. A small additional cake by the side with Disneyland in the warehouse. That would be good. I like that.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's going to be it's good. You'll see that on the Spy Cam, I'm sure, and we're going to stream live from 7 to 10 Pacific, which is late at night. But I know you stay up late.
Oh,
10 p.m. to 1 a.m. your time.
I'll be there for that.
That's on the Sunday the 21st for our official grand opening party, and that's really a party for staff. Their families, all of our hosts, those of them who are coming out, and I know we won't have you, but many of the other hosts are coming out, and all of our vendors and partners, and we have quite a few advertisers and vendors and partners who will be there. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
How many people would that be?
I think 175. The fire marshal cuts us off, I think, at some point. We have a red velvet rope, and I've hired 2 ginormous bouncers. It's actually kind of cute because Abby, my daughter, will be the person with the clipboard. But then she's going to be surrounded by these 2 10-feet tall guys.
Oh, my God. You have a velvet rope?
There's a velvet. The velvet rope is here.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my
so
God.
it's going to be a fun party. And you know what's going on right now? I don't know if you noticed, but you see there's a few people milling about. Those are all ham radio operators. We're having a ham open house today. And
it's an everyday ham day.
Every day is ham day at the beautiful brick house. So you see, they're sitting there at the radios. This is all since you've been here, actually.
Yes.
That's Bob Heil at the radio right there.
I said hello to him. He came over earlier when you were out talking to the hams.
Yeah. And then that's Gordo at the door, I think, sitting on the stool there, and the beautiful gear. And I'd almost want to do this for my turn the table turkey, but it's just too nice. This beautiful radio gear, the ICOM radios in the middle there, including the 7800. You want to guess how much that 7800? That's the one with the blue dial, and the big monitor is its duplicate on the big monitor there. Take a guess how much that radio cost.
God, $10,000.
Wow, good guess. Exactly. I think it's 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know a person who gets me $2,000.
gets you a deal. And then the
ICOM, they're the same. ICOM, if it's the same company, makes a lot of marine radios.
They sure do. It is the same company.
Them.
Yes, it's the same company. They have this is their amateur division. So we have that. That's the 7800. There's a 9100 that lets us talk to satellites. I didn't know this. They're amateur radio satellites. And then there's the 2820, which has a digital features as well. Lets us talk to Echo over. D-Star. We were talking to Huntsville, Alabama, the hamvention going on there, and to North Carolina, all over the country. So that was a lot of fun. And then to the left of that, if you're watching on the video, see that refrigerator that glows?
Yeah.
That's a 1961. I should really do this for my turn the table turkey. This should be the gadget warehouse. It's a 1961 AM broadcast transmitter. It's made by Collins, fully restored and working. It was from the radio station WDLS in Jefferson City, Iowa.
Do I see tubes glowing in there?
That's exactly what you see. They're glowing tubes in there.
Oh,
that is a
word.
real radio transmitter. And the thing that's cool about that is the guy who modifies that, Mike DeRoe, who's a great radio engineer, makes some amazing meters. Mike specializes in restoring old radio transmitters in the same way that some people with old cars, it's the same. It's really the same kind of technology that he's using to do this. And it's just perfectly pristine. And then he modifies them to run on the ham bands. Hams can do AM transmitting on 75 meters and 160 meters.
Check that man's backpack, Leo, quick.
Yeah, what has he got in there? That looks like it's full of my gear. We're just having so much fun. It's really nice to be able to open this place up to people who really appreciate it and enjoy it. And
You know, in a
come.
year, you won't be able to get near the place. It'll probably, you really will have a bouncer and a velvet rope.
I don't think, maybe. I don't know. I really like having it open to the public. And
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's great. Well, you know what? Just in the last 10 minutes, I opened my window 3 inches just to trying to get the same kind of feeling you have there.
Well, I could bet you if we were in Manhattan, we wouldn't have a door open and allow people to wander in the door as we are right now. That door is wide open onto the street, and anybody who's just, all they have to do is say, "Hey, I'm a ham," and they can come right in. That's the password.
They're in the door.
I'm a ham. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm a ham. Yeah, that's right.
I'm a ham, too, and has nothing to do with radio.
That's absolutely true. So it's fun. It's really fun. The other thing I really enjoy is showing off the studio because I'm just so proud of the work everybody's done.
What, are you kidding? It's amazing.
It's really neat. So let's get to our first gadget of the day. I know you have a bunch of
Okay, our
good
first
stuff.
gadget of the day. You know, last week you did Lumi Mask. And they sent me one because I'm pulling together a spot for ABC News on gadgets to help you fall asleep and wake up. And I found kind of a unique sleep machine called Sound Plus Sleep. And they are at soundofsleep.com. If you want, I'm holding one here, but if you want to take a look at it, you can see what it looks like. And what's interesting about this, and I spoke to it was the inventor of the machine, and I said, let me tell you, my gripes about sound machines is that they can keep you awake more than make you sleep because they get a little digital chip and they get 5 seconds of a sound.
Oh, and they repeat it over.
And they just loop it.
Yeah.
And after a minute, you know, and the guy said, oh, first of all, outside of, I think it was the white noise, everything is natural sounds. And he said we did very, very long samplings because of what you're talking about, non-repetition. He said, but what we really did is something that we call adaptive sound. And what that is there is a little microphone and micropressor in the Sound Plus Sleep. And if noise in the room starts to increase, airplane flying over, outside traffic, it not only raises the volume a little bit of the sound you're listening to, but they call their sound books. It adds additional sounds to it. So if you're listening to sounds of the woods, it could add a few more birds or a little more ocean waves if you're listening to the ocean.
So I'm going to do this because they have a demo on the website.
Oh, good. Okay, great,
So
Leo. That's perfect.
Here comes a jet flying over. That's an obtrusive sound, but we have calming waves in the background. Watch, I'll turn the adaptive sound on. And it just fits the jet right into it. Wow, I bet it can't do that with an ambulance. Let's try that. Here comes the ambulance sound. We'll see if we can take an ambulance and merge it with a bubbling brook. This is what you'd hear on your street late at night. Let's turn on the bubbling brook. Can't hear a thing.
No, it's really.
Does it really work like this?
You know what? What I did was
one negative, though, I really have to go to the bathroom now. Maybe I shouldn't do the running water. Let's try the jackhammer. Jackhammer.
Do
now.
that, yeah.
Yes, let's see what that sounds like. Oh, that's annoying. Don't you hate that when they decide to tear up the street?
Actually,
Didn't they do that to you recently?
Oh, Leo, I'll tell you a story when you finish this. It's so funny.
All right, so here's the jackhammer. I'm going to mix it in with some gentle rain. And again, I got to pee. So that's working for me. Perfect. Can I take a... No, I'll stay here. I got a bottle. So, no, but that works pretty well. I didn't hear the jackhammer. Now, that's the website. I mean, does it... Now, we got to ask you, does it work that well in real life?
You know what? I can hear the sound changing when I couldn't make an ambulance go by, but I would just turn on like another machine in the room, and I would hear the Sound Plus Sleep machine start to cover it with other sounds. So it in the short-term test that I did, it does work. I was trying to find something here that see if you could identify it.
I'm hearing like a jet airplane go over or something.
Oh yeah, this is Leo. This is called Daily GizWiz Listener Night. Yeah, the sound of crickets when we tell jokes. There's a couple of other neat things. Is you can have it gradually fade off on a timer when you go to sleep.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I don't want to wake up to the crickets.
And Leo, something that you were complaining about last week is that there's also an all lights off button, even though there are very very unobtrusive LEDs on this, so that you know if you're an adaptive.
Yeah.
All lights off, and also the speaker faces up, and it's a very decent speaker, because that's another complaint about sound machines is they sound crappy. Yeah. And this has a very nice white noise. Now it is $100. It's $99.95, but a lot of sound machines are in the $60 to $70 range already. So if you're interested in hearing it, and that.
The chat room wants to know if it can cover up this sound. They want to know if it works with the fail horn.
Oh, the fail horn, I think it can. I think they cover it with a sick seagull.
No.
Yeah. Did you do the sound effects on some of those machines?
Yes, I think I did. That's not a bad price. I mean, does it have a clock radio? Does it do anything else?
It's not a clock radio. It's strictly a sound machine.
Strictly a sound machine. And you've used these before.
I have. I like sound.
But see, I grew up in the city, and I can't sleep if it's too quiet. I want to hear the sirens.
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a hotel, if the air conditioner doesn't have a fan-only position, I freeze to death because I leave the air conditioner on.
You want that noise. Yeah.
I need to have a constant white noise. So.
Well, all you have to do is build a ham shack in your house, and you'll have a constant white noise as they broadcast to the world.
As they roam in the door.
Yeah, there they are. They're having fun. Very cool.
I see a turnstile in the works.
Yeah, really. So our next gadget comes to us from, what is Kickerland?
Okay, Kickerland is a display at the New York gift show, and they had something that I like a lot. Two things before I talk. I misspoke saying that the TWiT logo was a gear. I meant to say that you like things with gears.
I do.
And when I saw this series of clocks, I thought, this is so Leo. And also, you'll notice the color changes to orange partway through. I'm standing under a big display that's going on and off. So forgive the color changing. But, Leo, I think you might like one of these clocks, and people who don't like clocks might like the umbrellas. So you can roll that video.
Roll the tape.
Oh.
Hey, Dick DeBartolo, the GizWiz. I'm at the New York International Gift Show at the Kickerland booth. Now, you know what? You can buy your own sword, your own samurai sword. My samurai sword is stuck, okay? But really, it's an umbrella.
Whoa,
or
cool.
you can buy your Excalibur sword, which is also an umbrella. Or you can buy
That's going to go over well with the TSA.
pirate sword, which is also really an umbrella. They're about $35 each. But the reason I stopped by this booth, they have a lot of neat stuff. But Leo, I know that you love gears. The TWiT logo is a gear.
It is. It's a gear.
Look at these neat gear clocks.
Ooh, Dick.
Suspended gear clock.
The one under this I like.
$100. Runs on 2D.
I want one.
This is also
$100.
This is the one.
2D battery.
Oh, that's.
I really like
Wait a minute. What's it?
stainless steel bevel on the outside.
I'm buying
of that
5.
bezel. And then if you want a really gigantic standalone clock for your desk, this is the gear clock, and it's about $85. So you can get them online. You can get them at museum stores or at Kickerland, KIKKERLAND.com. So Dick DeBartolo, the GizWiz at the New York International Gift Show.
What's with the thumbs?
Well, you know, reporters like to walk around. Right.
So,
so what I didn't realize, Leo, is when I got back. First of all, I said stainless steel. It's I think polished steel. So
that's
it's
really nice looking. I think that's.
But Leo, on Amazon, I found the gear clock, the middle one that I like best. $65.
Oh, I got to find that. That's exactly what I want for the studio.
The desk clock I saw on Amazon for about $50, and the biggest of all those clocks, I think it was $85. But they are really nice. I read some of the reviews. A lot of the gears are plastic and really just turn and not part of the clock. But it's nice because the gears keep moving, and as the clock, the gears wouldn't move so much. So they kind of made it so that it would also be eye-catching. I really like them a lot. I'm thinking of getting one for Disneyland also.
Yeah. I mean, it really matches our overall look, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Lee, I'll tell you the Roadster. I forgot to tell you. Yeah, 2 weeks ago they came in, they dug up all the streets, and then they left. They just left.
We're done for today. Yeah.
So on Wednesday, they put up giant signs on every street. Saturday, August 20th, from 8 to 4 p.m., these streets will be paved.
That's today.
That's today. I got up. I ran out at 10 o'clock. Everything's the same. They just took the signs away.
They were paved. What do you want? We paved them.
Take the signs down. They'll never.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back next week and we'll put the signs back up. Oh, we love fooling witches.
So hopefully one day they'll pick another date. And I mean, it's really silly.
Now, is it putting you out? I mean, can you not park? Are you having a hard time moving around?
Parking, but they're parking in like holes, and the streets are. They run that machine over it to make the concrete very rough so that the macadam will stick to it.
Right, but they just left it.
They left it for 2 weeks.
Hey, we got the macadam on order. It's on back order from Macadam R Us.
You know, we were getting it, and then we saw it's a lot cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah, so we thought we'd order it from Amazon.
Yeah, and we're getting it in 5-pound bags. So take
Hey, we got another gadget from you. I have I think, a very interesting turn-the-table turkey, a gadget warehouse gift as well. But before we do any of that, it's time to mention our good friends at Netflix. Of course, Netflix is the place where you can get streaming movies direct to you, unlimited, for just $7.99 a month. And, you know, we're having so much fun. Abby's been watching a lot of movies lately. I see the most recent movie she watched is called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It's interesting. That's the Leo Laporte story.
You can you can answer this question. Can you be watching one Netflix thing and Abby watching another, or can only one person watch?
You know, that may violate the terms of service, but you sure there's no technical reason you can't. In fact, this is kind of cool because you can watch it on an iPad, an iPhone, an iPod Touch. You can watch it on an Android device, many tablets. You can watch it on a Mac or a PC. You can watch it on Xbox 360. You can.
I just put it on my Android, and I'm thinking, this is great.
Oh, it's so fantastic, and the quality is great. And there's just tens of thousands of movies for kids, for grown-ups, television shows, modern hits like Hot Tub Time Machine, classics like Desk Set with Spencer Tracy. I mean, I just never run out of stuff to watch. And the beauty of this is you don't have to plan. I'm not a big planner. You don't have to plan ahead. You just say, hey, what am I in the mood for tonight? I think I'm going to watch a little, Mad Men, that's it. And you pull it up. You got, in fact, what's nice, I love this because the entire Mad Men series is available for you. Glee, The Tudors, Pawn Stars. I mean, I can go SpongeBob for the kids. It just goes on and on and on. This is a fantastic resource. And here's the best part. You could try it free for 30 days right now if you go to Netflix.com/twit. Netflix.com/twit. Now, I know many of our audience members, frankly, are already Netflix customers. I don't have to tell you about it. But if you're not, or if you have members of the family who haven't yet tried it, or friends, share this with them, will you? Because it'll help us. Netflix.com/twit. We thank Netflix so much for their support of Twit and the Daily GizWiz. And now Dickie D with his next.
Yes. Well, Leo, I just want to say that you're not a planner. I mean, we were walking down the street after I was out there one day and we did the Daily GizWiz, and you passed the building that you're in now.
Yeah.
And you said, oh, I like this building. And I said, well, Leo, get it. And you walked in, you made a deal, and 2 weeks later, look at the studio. It's just the way you operate. No planning.
Thank Lisa for that. I didn't plan any of this. It just happened as far as I could tell. It just popped out of nowhere.
When we were having troubles earlier, the cameras were on with people roaming around, and I was thinking, what an incredible place that is already, and it's going to turn out to be, where you love technology. It'll soon be on tourist maps. It'll soon be on a place. Hey, you like technology? Stick your head in here. You'll love it.
It's actually funny that you mention that, because Julio Ojeda Zapata, who's been on the shows a few times, he writes for the Minneapolis Pioneer Press, is writing a travel article about visiting the TWiT Brick House. And he interviewed Eva, and he interviewed me, and he interviewed my daughter, and he got all the details. If you would like to, if you want to travel to the wine country, here's a great place to visit, the TWiT Brick House.
There you go.
Isn't that great?
There you go.
So maybe you're right. Maybe you had an insight there.
I absolutely.
It's really fun. And I tell you, when people come by, we just always get excited. I love having the hams in here because there's something for them to do and play with, and they're really enjoying it. But every time anybody comes in here, it's such an interesting, beautiful place, and I do say so myself. I think they really get a kick out of it. So anybody in the Northern California area, we're about an hour north of San Francisco, you're more than welcome to stop by, say hi. Just email my sister, Eva, at twit.tv, and let her know you're coming so we can make sure we have a place for you. And tell her what kind of wine you prefer.
Yeah. If you're coming to the East Coast,
Disneyland.
Just email me, and you want to come to Disneyland on a Saturday, you can watch us tape this show and see more hams.
Now, I don't know. Do you hear a little ham radio action going on in the background there, or is that just me? I'm hearing a little bit of radio coming in. I don't know if it's coming into my headphones and not, the radio, the show or whatever. But if you heard, folks, a little bit of sound back there, let me know.
No, my sound machine covered it.
It sounded like right now. It's a little single.
No, I don't hear it.
You don't hear some sideband? Okay.
No.
I hear it. Can you hear it at home, folks? Okay, it must just be getting into my headphones. That's all right. That's not a big deal. That's fine. I just don't want to get into the recording.
Lisa, increase his medication.
And now, gadget number 3.
Gadget number 3 is from, and you have something from this company, and I can't remember what it was. It's from Techion.
Oh yes, It was the extra battery for the iPhone. I can't remember the name
within
of
the
it.
case, and yes, and you could just right, okay. So Techion has something fairly new, about a couple months now, called Tech Charge, a dual port power pack. Now, Leo, we talked about the demands of the iPad. So what's neat about this, the Tech Charge, is that has a little device in there that can adjust the output from 100 milliamps up to 2.1 amps, which I believe is what the iPad needs. Now, this is about the size of a pack of cards, but it's 4,400 milliamps. It's a lithium-ion battery, so when you charge it up, you can then, it has 2 USB outputs.
This is actually a pretty good idea.
You can charge 2 devices. There you go. You can charge
So you charge up the pack, and then it has enough juice to charge both an iPhone and an iPad.
And an iPad, exactly.
All the way up?
You know what? I just charge, the only thing I have around here now is my Droid X2. So it was nothing for it to charge that. I don't have an iPad. So, 4,400 milliamps. I don't even know what size the battery is in an iPad.
It's probably twice as big. I don't know. I mean,
oh, okay,
that's
okay.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of neat things about it is kind of just clever is they made the back of it kind of a non-slip surface. So if you're using this on an airplane, on the snack tray, or for some reason in your car on the dashboard, it's not likely to slide off. It has a rib side that makes it easy to carry. Oh, for some bizarre reason, actually it's kind of fun. There's a little built-in LED flashlight.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, the one thing is, and the same is true of their phone case battery, is they're not big on LEDs. So this just has 2 LEDs. One LED can show you that it's charging. And then the state of the battery LED is if it's blue, the battery has 80% to 100% power left. And if it's orange, it's under 80%. So I kind of wish there were, like maybe 3 or 4 LEDs, so you sort of had an idea of how much actual power was left in the device. But outside of that, it's pretty nifty. $80 list, but on Amazon, I saw it for like $51, $52. I think J&R Music had it for $54. So for a little take-along gadget,
that's pretty good.
Something to check out. Techion Tech Charge, and the model is MP1860A.
MP1860.
60A.
Got it.
And Techion is TEKKEON.
Right.
.com.
Right.
And you were just there.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that spelling can fool people, but that's what that is. Well, very good. Dick, and now if you will do the honors, I think it's time for me to do a little work. And,
yes.
And do the turn the table turkey of the week.
Yeah. Hey, Dick DeBartolo, Mads Maddest writer, and the GizWiz. I always make a special introduction for this part of the weekly daily GizWiz as a way for you to know what's coming, get a drink, go to the bathroom, whatever you want to do, because it's Leo's Turn the Table Turkey.
Under his desk to find some crap to share.
It's such a party here.
Dick says, put that fork away. It's turn the table to.
What are they doing? Are they playing beach ball? Is that...
Hey, let me hold it. Guys, can I hold the ball?
Okay, wait a minute.
Hey, guys, can I hold the ball?
I'll give it to me, and I'll give it to Dick. So put it in my hands, Alex.
Did they walk away?
They walked away.
They're big.
Alex,
they're big, shining chans.
Put it in my hands, Alex. Come on. I know you can. Just throw it to me. Come on. Just throw it to me. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Okay. Put it right at the top of the TV there. Yeah. Now you got it. Okay, ready? Oh, Dick, catch it.
Got it.
Oh.
Get it, Leo.
Oh.
Get it.
Oh.
They almost dropped it. Get it.
Oh,
Once
Dick.
again, always watch the video version of the weekend.
Yeah, for the rest of you, it was just a bunch of ooh. So, Dick, this is ridiculous. What my Turn the Table Tuesday gadget is turkey. Gadget.
Well, you showed it to us, but you hinted that it might be extravagant.
It's so extravagant. The list price on this is It's a camera, digital camera, is $1,200, but it's in such demand because it's such a fetish gadget. It's in such demand that I'm seeing it for $1,500, $1,600 on Amazon, literally $400 or $500 over list price. Can you believe that? It is.
And people want things they can't have.
That's right, and it's hard to get. I was lucky, and I only had to pay $1,000 extra. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't pay list. I paid the Amazon price. Yeah.
Alex thinks that this is like pocket change for a gadget.
I know. It's 2 Alexes, that's all. This is the Fujifilm finepix X100. And by the way, see this beautiful leather case, the kind of case that your Brownie used to have?
Yeah.
I've ordered that, but it hasn't come yet.
Oh, it doesn't come with it for $1,200.
No. You know how much they're charging for the case? It's like $200. The case.
How much?
The case is like $200. It's ridiculous. I found a used one for $99, but you have to have the brown case. This reminds me so much of the camera that I had, or my dad had, when I was a kid. It
does look,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's what they call a rangefinder. That is, it's not, for that price you'd expect a digital SLR, right? A removable lens, a through the lens. No, you can't take this lens off. It's a fixed lens. The view is not through the lens, it's through this rangefinder. Comes out here, so it doesn't really get exactly what you're going to shoot because of parallax. It's actually a little bit off. In fact, you can even see a bit of the edge there. But
so what makes it such a hot camera?
It looks just like the one my dad had. No, it's a digital. Okay, I'll tell you. When I showed Chris Marquardt, we talked about it, our photo guy. He said, "Oh yeah, the Diva camera. It's a Diva. You love it, but it's a little trying. It's a little high maintenance camera." So let me talk about it. First of all, the image quality is superb. It is an APS-C sensor, kind of like in the Canon, let's say 40D. It's not the full frame, but it's a big sensor, and really the images that come on this camera are absolutely stunning. They're just gorgeous. For that alone, I think it's worthwhile. Let me just see if I can pull up some of the images I got. Just really spectacular camera in terms of the quality. The flash is really good too on it, which is kind of interesting. Usually a flash that's right above the lens like this on a camera like this isn't very good. Let me see if I can find some flash images. But in fact, it did quite a good job. There's Lisa. Let me go and show you some of the shots in the. Let's fast forward here a little bit. Here's the antenna system up here. I have some good shots of the gear in the studio that I took with flash. For some reason, I don't know how they do it, but I think it's probably through the lens metering. The flash doesn't wash things out as a flash often does on a camera like this. There's also a certain benefit, I think, to being, you can't really tell on this, so I'll have to show them on screen, but there's a certain benefit, I think, to seeing it through the rangefinder. There's an immediacy. But here's one of the nice things. It also has an electronic viewfinder. So if I'm taking pictures with this camera, and I turn off the LCD back, I can flip this little switch on the front while I'm looking through the camera at you. And right now I'm looking at it through the viewfinder, so it's optical. I'm seeing, the optical. But then I can flip this switch, and it will give you a video tap of exactly what the lens sees. So you do, in fact, get to see exactly what it's focusing on and what the lens is going to see, which is kind of cool. It also has some really nice controls on the camera, and it's a mix of really great controls and really horrible controls. Very much like the traditional film camera of this style. You have an aperture setting right on the front there like this, a speed dial right on the top. You have, this is kind of nice, the ability to change the exposures plus or minus here right on there. That's up to 2 stops plus and minus.
So does it have total automatic?
It does. If you put this to A, that'll be shutter priority, and then you'll just do the aperture. It'll do automatic shutter and aperture priority. But if you put both to A, then it's fully automatic. You can also go fully manual, which is great, including a manual focus. But the manual focus is a little bit problematic because you have to spin it a lot. It's very fine focus. And I guess that's, for some people, that's what they want. But I'll tell you the real reason I bought this camera is I want to do street photography with it, and the reason is I take my big camera around, people get a little bit nervous. It looks like I'm going to assault them. And this also has a silent mode. Listen carefully. See if you can hear me take a picture. That little click, you hear that?
Yeah.
Now, if you're not right next to me, you're not going to hear that click. So it's very unobtrusive. The lens is actually an excellent Fujinon lens. It is 23 millimeters, which is kind of interesting. So it's kind of wide. It's effective 35 millimeters, so it's slightly wide. And the aperture goes down to f2, so it's pretty fast. I've been very happy with the images, but it's slow to focus. It's difficult to use. There's some buttons on here that are just crazy easy to accidentally switch, like this manual focus, automatic focus button. The little menu button is too small. You have to use your fingernail to push it. There's just some things that Chris says, I'm going to wait for version 2.0 of this camera, and I don't blame him. But it's one of those things where if it's kind of, it's made out of really solid magnesium. It's just a beautiful body. It really is a vintage feel to it. And I have to say, the images I've been getting from this are quite excellent. So
Leo, it doesn't do video, though, right?
it does video. It does 720p video. I mean, there are cameras out there that do much better video than this. You know, I mean, this is not necessarily the best video camera out here. I would probably get a Micro Four Thirds, maybe the GH2 if you want to do video. I think if you want a faster focus camera that still has a vintage feel, the EP3 from Olympus is probably a better choice. The whole idea of this camera is it's the fetish aspect of it. And I have to say, I kind of fell for it. Let me show you some of the images that I've recently taken from this camera. If you go to my Flickr photo stream, you'll be able to see some of these images. And I think that they're pretty good quality. I think that if I show them to you, you'll agree. This is with the flash. Let's see if we can. Flickr's a little bit slow. I've just been very happy with the quality of the image. There's Jammer B putting the tubes in our new transmitter. The crispness, the depth of field, everything makes this quite a nice camera for a lot of. Here we are putting the transmitter, our Collins transmitter, into the studio. And by the way, we figured out how these transmitters work. There's a little man inside of them.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
It was a trick.
Oh, now wait a minute. Hold the phone. I was going to do this Fujifilm camera, but you know we are in Petaluma, California, and this is, after all, the chicken and spam capital of the world. Maybe instead, come over here. Maybe instead I should do this. Dick, have you ever seen a chicken that's... Don't put that at my ear. Stand over here.
Oh, my word.
What is your name?
I'm Pam, and this is Prudence.
Why do you carry a cock around with you?
Oh, no.
Is that a rooster or is it a hen?
She's a hen.
Oh, she's just got a comb. It fooled me.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So
yes.
she's a... And is she a pet?
She is. Her legs don't work.
So Prudence has to be carried.
Yes. I've had her since she was about 2 days old.
Now, Dick, you can't see her. Let me see if I get her in this shot here. There, now.
Oh, yeah, look at that. You know, at first I thought it was that restaurant last week that you complained that the chicken salad wasn't fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh now. So that's neat. So she's a rescue chicken.
She is. Yep. She was just a baby chick.
Oh, that's great.
Wow. And you have to carry her everywhere.
Well, she can hop. I keep little bungees on her so she can kind of hop around.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
You know,
but she's really become acclimated to humans.
She has. She's had acupuncture and...
she's had acupuncture.
Yeah,
wow.
that didn't help.
Well, Dick is an animal lover, and so now, Dick, we've got a new pet for you.
Yeah.
Prudence.
That's great.
The chicken.
I think it's super.
Well, thank you for showing me.
Well, thank you.
That's really nice. Thank you, Pam.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
See, so maybe that's better than my camera.
No, that's good. But you know what, Leo? It's very funny because Dennis just came in with this book.
Yeah.
And reminded me that at the GIF show,
Lomo.
This company is bringing back a whole line of old cameras.
Yeah.
So maybe they were bringing back remember the camera that had all those lenses, so it would shoot like 8 pictures in a row.
Silly camera, yeah. That's fun.
No, No, I mean nothing in the price range that you had.
Well, this is outrageously expensive, and I truthfully can't recommend it for people. But I have to say, I'm getting great images with it. I'm going to play with it some more, of course. But I've been very happy with the quality of this camera, and these are some of the pictures I recently took, and I really love the feel of it. And you know, it's fun to just wear it around your neck. You feel like an old school tourist. It's a small, it's a point and shoot basically that looks like it came from maybe 1968. You know, so that's the Fujifilm X100. The list is 1100, but it, believe it or not, is in such demand you probably won't be able to find it for less than $1,400, at least right now. At some point, I'm sure you'll be able to. And the minute I was hoping my leather case would have come by now, but it hasn't. So I'll just show you the next time.
Well, we can imagine.
Just imagine leather. Just imagine it wrapped in leather.
Yeah. What's the model number again?
It is the X100. Read the reviews on the camera sites like DP Review. They agree that it is kind of a finicky camera with difficult-to-use controls but amazing image quality and a retro styling that just makes you feel like, wow, I'm back in the 50s. And it just my dad had this camera exactly. So there's my turn the table turkey of the week.
Turn the table chicken.
Yes. You see now, you know why it's the butter and eggs capital of the world.
Yeah.
Hey, you know we do this show, and I just wanted a little nod of the tip of the hat and a nod to the folks at Newtek who make the switcher that we use. There's the chicken's visiting us now at the table. Hello, little chicken. Hello. Oh, God. Okay. So the folks at Newtek, we couldn't do all the cool things we do right now in this studio without the TriCaster 8500. That's what we use to switch around. And in fact, is there somebody at the board right now who can do some of the... actually, I probably can do... Wait a minute, I can do these transitions. Watch this one. This is a fun transition I'll do right here. Whoa!
Oh!
He blew up!
I told you not to use that thing with the old radio tubes, you crazy
I'm
maniac.
insane. So it's a really big part of what we're doing here. And frankly, one of the most expensive devices in the studio, and yet so worth it because it really gives us the capabilities of a television truck right there in our control room. Let me see if I can find a shot of it. You see that thing in the middle there? Everything is in there connected through the TriCaster, and it gives us so many amazing capabilities.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Wow.
We haven't really started playing with the capabilities of the lower thirds yet.
Holy
This thing,
cow. It's like three-dimensional.
it's incredible. The amazing daily.
Well, you know, you should put a weight on those lower thirds.
I know.
They're floating all over the place.
Flying away. The TriCaster 8500 is part of an entire line of TriCaster devices. I've used the TriCaster since TWiT Live began in 2007 or 8. And, boy, we just couldn't do it without the TriCaster. 24-channel system with everything you need to make a TV show. Amazing virtual sets. We don't use those. We have real sets. But some of these days, we'll put some of these on here. You can use it for desktop or portable production. When we're on the road at the NAB show, at CES, at South by Southwest, you better believe we take that TriCaster with us. For more information, visit newtek.com. And a real tip of the hat to Newtek because that was probably one of the biggest donations that made the TWiT Brick House possible. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to put down that piece of cake and take a little walk with me down Broadway to 5th and Marlborough, where the GizWiz warehouse is sitting smoking in ruins, ladies and gentlemen.
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in his gadget warehouse.
Now, here he is, Dickie D, with the gadget of the day.
Leah, how you doing?
Why? I'm the same as I was earlier, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. 5th and Marlborough is where that big church, St. Ethernet, is right on that.
St. Ethernet. I love that church. Yes, it's electrifying. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
What do you got for us?
We are going back. We're going back on an earlier episode years and years ago. I talked about my Sony reel-to-reel black and white videotape recorder.
You had a reel-to-reel video recorder?
Yeah, I was the first. That's why I became the GizWiz. I was the first to get everything.
Wow.
So we're going now to 1971.
I don't feel so bad at the X100 now.
No. 1971, Sony introduces the VO1600, which was the first U-matic video system.
I remember the U-matics. That's right.
U-matic.
That was an
claimed
early, was it cassette or?
Yes, it was
yeah.
the first, said to be the first video cassette system, but it used giant cassettes.
I
They were
remember.
three-quarter-inch cassettes. And Myra, can you hand me that thing on the wooden box on the floor? So Lee, if you go to my website, I put the picture up of both the VO 1600. And the problem that the VO 1600 had a couple of problems. $1,500.
Yeah. That's the same as this camera.
Yeah, you're right. A video cassette.
But that was when $1,500 was $1,500.
Oh, today $1,500 is like
Right.
1.5 million.
Right.
So it could record for 1 hour. A cassette was $25.
Wow. We used these. Everybody used these.
A minor problem: no timer.
You mean you had to be there?
You had to be there.
that's
So
crazy.
I bought this from, as I said in my copy there, if the term prosumer was around back then, this is who that was aimed at,
Right.
And I said to the guy, and this was the guy who provided machines to Mark Goodson Productions, and I said, I'm at Goodson during the day, and I want to tape some of my Match Game episodes. He said, I can build you a timer. He said it'll cost you about $200, but I'll build you a timer. So in the warehouse, Leo, I found my $200
Jeez.
timer.
Wow.
Now, let me show you how.
It's kind of analog.
Yeah, Leo, you unscrewed that middle knob, turned it to when you wanted it to go on. You could probably hit it within 2 or 3 minutes.
God.
This plugged into the back of the VO 1600, and since it was all mechanical switches, before you went out, you had to push the play button, and he showed me how to jam a quarter in there between the stop and the pause button, so the play button would stay down.
Wow.
That way, the timer would turn the machine on in the record mode, and you didn't have to worry about shutting it off because when it hit the end of the cassette, it would just stop.
Yeah. With a big chunk, no doubt. Chunk.
Exactly. So, but it's pretty amazing how far we've come. And I found that the photo of the VO 1600, I'm not even sure where mine is in the warehouse. I just found the timer the other day. But rewindmuseum.com has pictures of the first of everything. So they have some of the first computers. It's really a fun website to go to.
Wow.
And that's where that photo came from. So I wanted to give them credit. Rewindmachine.com. And that's the first Sony U-Matic. And then a year later, they built their own timer, which is in a case 8 times the size of mine. And God knows what that cost if the VCR was $1,500.
Dick, I'm not sure if I have the right site for Rewind Machine.
No,
.com.
Rewind Museum.
Oh, no wonder. That just really didn't look quite right.
Right.
Okay. The
Rewind
Museum. Museum.com.
.com. And then Leo /U-Matic if you want to see the timer that they came up with.
Wow.
It's really quite amazing that 1971 and the technology today. First of all, the thing weighed 18 pounds. Every function had its own motor. The rewind motor, the forward motor, the running motor, and then, VCRs got to weigh 9 ounces because all they did was put belts in so there's the
Wow.
the current one.
1971. Wow. What I really like is when they use that fake wood grain on gadgets.
It was really wood, Leo.
No, really?
Size really wood. Yeah, Leo, $1,500 really today is what? Probably
In 1971? Oh, my goodness. That's like $20,000.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool. Actually, there's somewhere I can go to find out what the value of something.
Well, the chat room might know. Anybody remember? Yeah, it was real wood. Someone in the chat room. Anybody remember the website where you can type in?
I think it's from the U.S. government. Let's see. How do you convert money? How much is a $1971 worth? Nah.
Oh, okay. Here, someone found it, Leo. $1,519.71 has the buying power of $8,364.
That's pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah.
That's westegg.com. All right.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Well, that is our gadget warehouse. I think it would be appropriate, since Dan Luters is sitting here right across from me in the studio, to ask him to do one of our letter jingles, one of those great lost letter jingles, live for us right now. So if you just make some room on the floor here, because he's got to go to the moonwalk, I give you Dan Luters. Wow. Okay, now, Dan, do that spin. Oh, you didn't need to grab the crotch. That's...
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Wow.
That's a contact sport, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. He burned he scorched that wooden floor.
He just put a streak right across it. He's amazing.
Wow. He's amazing.
Time for a letter, sir.
A letter, and when I give you the website, I want you to go there because you have to give me your opinion of this. I don't know if you're going to buy one or not, but here's the letter from
by the
Jeremy.
way, I already bought 2 of those gear clocks, just so you know. They're coming on Monday. I just wanted to let you know.
I hope you got them at the $60 or whatever it was price.
I got them from Amazon, yeah. The big one was $90 and the little one was $60.
Oh, okay. You're amazing. You're just amazing.
Well, they're perfect. They match the gear, for crying out loud.
No, I know. That's when I was walking around, and Dennis went with me, and I said, I got to get something for the Daily GizWiz. Yeah. And I'm looking at those umbrellas, and I'm saying, this is not like a gimmick. And I turned around, I go, oh, my gosh.
Gear clocks from Kickerland.
Gear clocks. Whoa.
Whoa. So go ahead.
Jeremy Sparks from Irvine, California writes, love the show. I came across this gadget while browsing the daily deals on dealnews.com. That's not the website. It's just bizarre, yet potentially useful enough. I had to bring it to your attention.
Yeah.
Now, if you only owned a car, this would be much more use for you. Living in Southern California, we cannot live, work, or play without our cars.
That's true.
The device is at airjackusa.com. It's an inflatable bag balloon thing that will jack up your car so you can change your tire.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to trust that. No problem. I'm going to get under that car while it's sitting on an inflatable balloon.
What is it powered by? You connect it to the tailpipe of your car to inflate it.
Okay, sure.
I live in Southern California. We cannot do anything without our cars. People drive their cars to the bus stop around here. I've been pretty much driving for 20 years. I've had 5 flats. This thing cost $120.
He uses it?
No, he said that. He only has a flat every 4 years, so he's not going to pay $120 to and find a place in his trunk to haul it around. But yeah, okay, you think it's really a kooky thing.
I just worry about it popping.
Yeah, that's a thought I hadn't thought about.
Yeah. Well, whenever I'm under a car, I want to make sure whatever it's sitting on is pretty darn stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does a car weigh? Because I see one of them lifts 2 tons.
Oh, it won't weigh more than, 50, 60 pounds, I don't think. I mean, they're not that heavy.
Your car?
No, I'm just kidding. They usually, in fact, mine weighs more than 2 tons.
Oh, you'd have to get the medium.
I'd have to get 2.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You'd have as long as you stayed in the middle, if one broke, you won't get crushed.
Actually, no, mine's 1.5 tons, actually. I think it's about 3,000 pounds is my car.
But Leo, you buy it, you pump the car up, and then you go, hey, Alex, can you come out for a minute and change this tire?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. As long as I don't have to change the tire, I'm happy. Dick,
Jeremy, thank you.
Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the gadgets. Dan Luters, thank you so much for the great jingles. It's so great.
Dan, you are just amazing.
Unbelievable.
Just amazing.
We, frankly, if it weren't for the generosity of our listeners, I'd be pumping gas probably and pumping up cars with a balloon. It's people like Dan that just make this happen. So thank you everybody for putting up with us. We appreciate it. And Dick, I guess you can't come to the party, but maybe we'll Skype you in so you can be here in spirit.
I want to visit in some form.
That would be nice.
So I feel a part of it.
That would be that would be really nice. I don't know what.
And maybe I'll dance with you.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Hey, Dick. Yeah.
Hey,
all right.
Leo. Okay, Leo. Just because it's our anniversary,
let's have a smooch. Come on, get in here, big boy. Lay one on me. Big wet kiss. Come on, watch out, mustache. Watch out, gums over the river. And here
seems to be as close as we can get. I think it's our.
I think it's our feet. Our feet are so big that we can never touch. It's kind of sad. But
we'll look at each other across the Great Divide.
Dick, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.
I'll be here.
Bye-bye.